Well, I'm good and ready.
So, what I've done in the last, let's see, 4 or 5 years. I'd say the last 8 years. 8 years ago was when I started my private practice, give or take. The last 3, I think, has been completely private practice. I worked at a chiropractor's office for like a set number of hours a week, and then on the side I was seeing private clients. They really liked what I was doing. I was building like a long, loyal, strong following, and then I was delivering sessions that were 3 hours long. Right now, I charge $240 a session. I had guys at the Thai Massage Jam one night complain they were working on each other, and they were complaining because the clients don't tip at the facility they work at. And they're like, man, but if the client tips $20 and the facility pays me $30, I'm making like, $50 an hour. And I'm like, you're angry at the facility or the client because the client doesn't tip you $20? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you're giving 50 to 60% to the facility owner. Just go start your own business. And they're like, oh, but that's hard work. And after I kind of smacked them around a little bit verbally for 5 or 10 minutes, they're like, well, how much did you make today? And I'm like, you picked the wrong day. I was like, I saw 6 hours worth of clients, which means I gave 2 sessions that day that were 3 hours. $240 a session. I was like, I made over $500 today. And they were like, oh man, they just, threw up their hands. And it's like, and I've been trying to get therapists to do this. I know it works. I've done it. You can sell it. You can package it. How do you feel about making $240 a session, 2 a day? If you worked 1 day a week, that's $2,000 a month, right? Give or take. How's that sound? Even if it was just 1 day a week, and I want you to make more than $2,000 a month, but I'm just trying to give you numbers to play with. Now, I'm in my own home studio, so I don't have any overhead. How do you ladies feel about having a home studio? Challenges, right? You got to figure that part out. How do you feel about having a home studio? Yeah, he's a guy. We have to look at things differently from the ladies' perspective, right? But if you rent a facility, does $240 a session go a long way towards paying the rent on your facility? If you're selling massage, and that's not to detract from what you're learning in school, it's not to detract from what you're learning at all. All of the stuff that you're learning in school is stuff that I still use. I just use it in slightly different ways because we've changed the physics and we've changed the parameters to something that's mat-based that allows me to use all of my legs and feet and all this crazy mobilization, right? When you keep building on that platform, you don't have to do what I do, but you can create something comparable. Like, what are you really interested in massage?
It's mostly going to be dealing with
animals. What animals? She wants to do animal work. What kind of animals?
Mostly horses.
Okay. She's going to be doing something much more similar to this.
Have you ever seen where they're actually using snakes for massage now?
Yeah. I've seen the video.
I've owned a lot of snakes too.
So horses, you have to use all of your body weight. You have to use your knees. You're probably in jeans, right? Mm-hmm. That'd be my guess. I don't do any equine work. But it's a lot closer to that. She's already looking at a niche. She's already looking at a specialty. How many people do equine work? Not very many. So it's a smaller market. She doesn't have to compete, in a sense, with Massage Envy. What are you really interested in school?
More pain management.
Pain management. And what?
And more the medical side.
The medical side, yeah. How do you feel about billing insurance?
Not so much happy with that idea, but I
Good.
have to deal with claims, and
Yeah.
I've worked for like Medicare insurance and things like that.
So
It's not a completely unfamiliar.
I worked at a chiropractor's office for, is that my water there? For 5 years. My wife works at the chiropractor's office doing their insurance billing. Guess how I feel about insurance? Dude, my wife's whole job is fighting the insurance company to try to get you what you already paid for. Because now she's in the middle of you and your insurance company trying to fight either end to get you what you paid for. Insurance billing on the Massage Entrepreneurs Group, people will ask about it. It comes out like once a week. And I like being the admin because I basically have license to be a troll. They can't ban me from the group, you know. And people come in and say, what do you have to do to bill insurance? And I'm like, sell your soul to the devil. And I post a GIF and it's like Satan with his greedy palms rubbing together. I would much rather that you be able to go to the consumer directly. I think that it's less hassle and strain for you. And it also makes the possibility of a private practice, if that's what you want to do, possible. I also don't want you to think, based on what I showed today, that you can't do this on a table. This is 142 pages. And then it's a double disc DVD set. I have full copies of that class on the subscription service, multiple copies. I still record the classes as I have them and upload it, where I'm walking students through this again and again and again and again. Prone, supine, side lying, seated, on a table, all mixed. I like working on a mat because I feel like it gives me more options. I also feel like it just makes the work stand out more. Do massage therapists have a jam? I do. It stands out. When I'm able to scale those things and build, if Wendy decides to get like Reboot certified, she's already running a Thai massage jam, that actually helps my business. She's introducing you guys to a form of work. Years ago, I came to this school when it was owned by Ted. Ted threw me into core curriculum and said, teach them some. And I was like, Ted, are you sure? And here's what happened. I don't know how the flow went with their courses, but I think the students were in the middle of Swedish. So he brings me in. There's no rules. I come in and throw a bunch of stuff at them. When they come back to school the next day, guess what they want to do? And the teacher said, stop that. We're doing Swedish. And what did the students say?
Okay.
Oh. Your what? Your what instructors?
I can guarantee my current instructors would not say that.
Why that? It's just
because they're all alternative things.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just, when Wendy told me she was teaching Thai like in the core, I was like, okay. It's like, don't get me in trouble. But trying to open up the practice, and I'll bring this up as an idea. Like we've got massage envy. We know that Watsu exists. It's an aquatic therapy. They put you in the water, they use floaties, they float you around the pool, traction all your joints, probably feels really nice, less gravity, right? That's known amongst massage therapists. There is not one facility that I know of in the United States that takes clients for that.
Too much liability.
Why?
Water.
Just how much time you left for?
You gotta have a
False
certified.
There's equipment and facility costs because you have to have a pool of a certain size or, however that's I've never taken their classes. What I'm saying is there's already like these niche bodywork services that exist. I think there's more money in doing this, and I think there's also more benefit for the consumer. Massage Envy has already told people what a hamburger is. They're McDonald's. What we're going to go out and do is teach them what niche artisanal bodywork services are. Make sense? Because you can't get what I do. I had a lady come to me the other day, I'm not lying, from Ireland. To my knowledge, I think that's the farthest away somebody's come and gotten a session. Now, she had a family relative in College Station that was having a wedding, and she made it a point to come down and get a session with me. Blows my mind. My books aren't even full with like people in Austin and Round Rock. Why are people from Ireland coming to see me?
You got your name out there?
Because of that. Because that's a mighty, mighty powerful force once you start making videos, documenting your process, putting out information. The stuff that I've recorded today will probably wind up on the subscription service. I may package these as YouTube videos and just float the entire conversation. And what people do is they say, but you're giving it all away. I gave it all away, right? Like I worked on you. I mean, they could just duplicate what I did. How do I make money?
Because then they start researching you.
Then they'll start going.
You want to learn more.
Like a lady.
Can I sell? We don't have the technology for like, not just AI, but I don't know what that would be called. Like, I can't massage you at a distance. Can't feel pressure. We don't have the tech.
Experience itself.
But I can give you videos and get you started. There are people who learn via video who are on the subscription service. They're freaking out. They learn stuff for $7 a month, and they're like, how do you keep giving us stuff? I'm like, what do you mean?
You always find ways to do something better or different.
One of the challenges I had was you can only teach so many people at once. How many sessions can I give? One. And the good thing about teaching classes was what? You could teach more people. Then I started making workbooks and videos and DVDs. Then how many people could I teach then? And you could ship it in the mail, right? The subscription service was when everything really flipped for me. Because it did what the original free workbook did. This workbook is what I did originally on my website. I give this PDF away for free. People told me that was like the dumbest thing they'd ever heard. All of it, 54 pages. You can just print it out on your own. Why did I do that?
It's brilliant.
Huh?
People like free. People
Yeah.
that for free.
What's your barrier of entry?
0.
An email. People downloaded this worldwide. It blew my mind. I kept a Google map and put dots on all the countries where people downloaded it. Other than Africa, there were a ton of countries in Africa where people didn't download it. There were places on earth that I didn't know existed that downloaded a free copy of this workbook. The subscription service that we have for $7 a month, massage therapists are starting to get frustrated because they feel like yoga teachers are going to come on and study with me.
So,
And that's what I say. What boundaries, what barriers do I have now? I have an online subscription service for $7 a month. It travels worldwide.
but you can, massage is an open-ended thing. It's not one format.
Yeah. You see what I mean? The same thing happens when you make YouTube videos or you put stuff on Instagram and you hashtag it. A lot of people will look at it and say, you know, why would you want to have followers in Turkey? They can't get a massage from you. So why would you want followers in Turkey?
Because they can spread the word.
Here's what happens. I'll make videos on YouTube showing people how to work on themselves. Hey, you got a tennis ball? I'm going to show you how to put the tennis ball in your gluteals and roll your keister over it. And ooh, feel that right there? That's your gluteus medius or whatever. And guess who emails me to thank me? Somebody from Turkey. And then what do? I write them and say, listen, I'm really happy that you got benefit out of that. Would you be willing to write a Google review for me? And they go, oh, sure. Now, how does it look when you read my Google reviews and somebody from Turkey reviewed me and said that they worked on themselves and they're saying, I can't imagine what he could do in person? How does it make me look? Like a god. Exactly. Larger. It's about social connections. You guys know who the massage nerd is, right? Mm-hmm. How do you know who the massage nerd is?
Somebody told us.
YouTube videos. Yeah, he's like a low-level celebrity in the massage community. People know who he is, Ryan, just because he made videos, right? Did you guys have any questions, both about bodywork and then about the business-related stuff that we talked about? And I'm happy to entertain whatever. I'm a talker.
Oh, I got something. I said this when we first started the class. For me, every time I've gotten a massage in the past, it's always been more like and that's it. And then they skip like the head, or I'm lucky to get the feet done.
Yeah.
And then I found a few people over time that does stuff, but then when I went over to Korea, a lady over there, actually downrange too, but I'll get to that in a moment, but they got up on the damn table, they're digging into my back, they're walking on my back,
Yeah.
they're moving the knees, the elbows, and when I got done with that, I felt relaxed. I didn't feel like, well, yeah, the muscles don't hurt, but I felt everything was looser, and I felt better for 2 or 3 days instead of 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Then coming back to the States, it's like if they touch more in your hands, your arms, your legs, and your shoulders, they're going to go to jail. And to me, it kind of defeats the point.
What do you mean?
Nobody wants to do the full body.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's
yeah.
like, well, I've got to pay. Oh, I can't touch there, but I'll pull.
Can't
here.
touch where?
Anywhere,
There are
it
some
seems.
places like you can't even do abdominal massage, period.
Okay.
Like, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
That's
And
what he's getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And then since I've been taking the class and all that, what we've learned in here, it's like, no, this is BS. What we're getting out there, what we're actually paying for, when we're told, hey, heads, top, bottom of your feet. There's, law says I can't touch the groins, the breast. Cool, fine. I don't need to touch that. But it seems everybody forgets that when they get out there because they're scared to death. And what
Yeah.
you're doing kind of takes kind of what I'm
Yes.
at and adds it right back in.
The challenge that I had for marketing was this. People will look at what I do and they'll say, this is eventually what I think will happen. If I get the trademark for Reboot and it works, Thai massage people are going to get mad and say, you stole Thai massage. And I'll say, what is Thai massage? And they'll go, "Rah!" Right?
But they don't know the definition.
Well, the thing is, there is no distinct definition unless you make it cultural. Am I Thai?
No.
Have I been to Thailand? I was taught by a Westerner. I was taught by a Westerner who learned Thai massage in Thailand, would travel from town to town, find the local master, work with him for a day or two, move on. And she put all that stuff together and dumped it on me on a mat. And I said, wow, this is amazing. Here's the thing. She had the longest list of continuing education classes I've ever seen for any massage therapist ever. It was pages. She'd go take everything she could find, anything that was different. It didn't even matter if it was in like the realm of she wants to do pain management. Like she'd go take craniosacral or other, like even if she liked deep compressions, she was taking other sorts of energy work or whatever. She was mixing and matching and blending the way Westerners do. I'm from Louisiana. How do you feel about jazz? Is jazz Western music? Is it African music? Is it European music? Is it Caribbean music? Louisiana. Gumbo, boudin, jazz, funk. They're American creations, right? They're influenced by older traditions. That's the same thing that Thai massage is dealing with. If we look at it as like Eastern work, I think it starts to ostracize a portion of the population. If we put it together and package it well. So the thing is, it's not just we're selling bodywork, we're selling a brand. Is a Rolls Royce a car?
It's a brand.
Is a Mercedes a car?
Company.
Is a BMW a car?
No.
Reboot, long term, the way I conceive of it, is a brand. You're trying to create the Nike of like bodywork and massage. But do physical therapists and chiropractors respect Thai massage?
No.
Would they respect Reboot when you call it manual therapy?
Yeah.
See what I mean? It's a packaging issue. When you're on the inside, it makes more sense, but what you're talking about, I think is much more common because in parts of Asia, they have more of a culture of bodywork and massage than we do in the West. Our tradition seems to come more from Northern Europe and banya culture and saunas where people are naked. Saunas, right? Hot, steamy. In Thailand, they're very conservative in ways. People keep their clothes on for the massage. It's actually, in Thailand, I'm told, it's a kind of a big deal to go get the oil massage. Ooh, that's big and luxurious. Because Thai massage, the clothes on stuff on a mat is available everywhere. Thai foot massage is available everywhere. It's a very intrinsic part of the culture. How much was massage a part of the culture until Massage Inn became along?
Money it was.
Hardly at all.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing.
That was important or worth it.
The culture gets to develop and expand. I don't feel like people have to be limited to just what I'm doing. I just made my own choices because I liked that work, that deep work. I had one session with one of my teacher students and I was like, I'll take everything she teaches. That was it. I actually talked to Kendra on the Massage Entrepreneurs Group regularly, and she said something to me recently about coming back to New Orleans and teaching a class, and I was like, Kendra, you gave me my first session. I don't feel comfortable teaching you. You've been doing it longer than I have. From the same teacher, by the way. Part of the challenge is, from a marketing standpoint, is like people's cultural conception. What do people think of yoga?
I think it's funny. It's pointless.
Downward dog.
What do they think of yoga like 20 years ago?
It was
Peaceful,
new,
like
exotic,
dance.
different.
Yeah.
20 years, 2018, 18 or so years, right? How much different is yoga now?
It's mixed in with a lot of things.
Have you guys heard of DDP yoga?
Yeah.
Is it Daryl Diamond Page? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page? Or, yeah. And I really like him. I really love his branding, by the way. It's very American. Now, yoga purists cringe. But how does it work from a marketing perspective?
He's making his money.
Yeah, he's like, hey, is it namaste? He's like, nah, I'm in Hollywood. It's TNA. I'm not lying. And the thing is, I'll watch his videos and there's like these hot girls in Hollywood like doing yoga, and I'm like, oh God. It's like,
Name and ran with it.
well, it's like he's taking components of a traditional practice, but he's putting it together through just like a mobility and breathing. I mean, I think it's still good yoga. I've seen some of the stuff that he's done.
Well,
It's just he
Tony
packaged it in a
Horton
different way. What is that?
Tony Horton did a mixed
Oh.
yoga into P90X,
Yeah.
and it's part of the workout.
But with Thai massage, ooh, Thai massage is brutal. And part of the reason is I just released a couple little videos on this. Thai massage, its myth is that it was invented by the Buddha's doctor.
Who?
It's
Confucius?
religious. Jivaka, the father doctor. And the monks were using it to work on each other, to promote their meditation practice, to have open, long hips so they could sit and meditate in these marathon meditation sessions. It's deeply intrinsically tied to Buddhism. Am I Buddhist? Did I grow up in a Buddhist culture?
Probably not.
And the fight is now between, DDP and yoga. That's not yoga. And they're like, what you're doing is not Thai massage. And I'm like, okay, it's not Thai massage, it's reboot. They're like, we hate you.
Okay.
But from a marketing perspective, what do you want to do, one? And then two, how do you package it and deliver it? What do you want to do? What kind of work do you like?
Clinical sport massage.
And what's the difference between the sports and like pain relief?
Stretching and warming you up.
A little bit more? Little nuances, right? But you can craft a practice based around what you want to do. And I think there's more money. Instead of just offering massage, you offer a niche bodywork experience, something different that you offer people.
If you just want a massage, you can still offer that. But if
Sure.
you come in wanting pain management
Sure.
or something sports related, you've got all three that you can offer.
Options. Right now, there's no table in my studio. I let a massage therapist borrow it. I can barely get her to return it.